Hi everyone, welcome to Vlogmas day 6. Today I'm going to be talking you through my Christmas wish list as a minimalist. I'm just coming to the realisation that I probably shouldn't have called this Vlogmas if I'm not going to vlog half of the time, but we all know I'm much more comfortable and at home doing a sit down video. And you know, it gives me the opportunity to bring you some content in shorter snippets, things that wouldn't have made up entire videos on their own. So today I want to talk to you about my Christmas wish list. I did film a Christmas wish list video last year. I will link it up above, and I think this list is way shorter. Clearly the minimalism game is working for me, because even when I'm being given the opportunity to tell people what I would like for Christmas, I am struggling. So my list is short. I feel like my list is very practical, and whilst it does contain the things that I want and I think I'll enjoy, and you know, they're not necessarily sensible purchases, they are things I know I will use and get a lot of use and enjoyment out of. As someone who considers themselves to be more minimalistic, I would rather someone come to me and ask what I would like as a gift if they're going to buy me one, and I just tell them what I want, and that works for me both ways. I would rather someone else tell me what they want as a gift and I can get them that gift. I think it makes the whole gift giving process much more straightforward, and everyone ends up with something that they will want, use and love. I know it takes a little bit of the surprise out of Christmas, and some people don't like to ask what other people want, and some people don't like to say what they would really like because, you know, it can seem a little bit too forward. But as far as I'm concerned, and with all my friends and family, that's never really been an issue. The first thing on my Christmas wish list this year is a new handbag. And it's not even a little bit of a surprise because I chose it out and it is ordered and on its way. It's going to be my gift from my husband from Oh My Bag in Amsterdam, which is an ethical, sustainable handbag company. I do have a very perfectly functioning bag right now. Granted, it's looking a bit dingy because I've got a lot of wear out of it, but it could continue. But my main issue is my current bag. In fact, all of the bags I still own are all Michael Kors. And just over a year ago, when I discovered the Good On You app, which tells you all about the practices of fashion brands, I discovered that Michael Kors is just not an ethical brand at all. And prior to starting my minimalism journey, which also, you know, included elements of finding out about brands and practices and things like that, I was very unaware of all of this, and I was very fashion crazy. I bought clothes like mad, and one of the things I loved was handbags, designer things, and so I've ended up with, I think I have 4 Michael Kors handbags, and they are all my handbags, but I am now aware of that brand's practices and how they do not align with my own values. About a year ago, I think I mentioned in a video how I wanted to continue using those bags, because by the time you've got them and you've bought them and they are in your possession, the damage is already done. And so I have continued using them throughout, I would say, another year. They are all at least 3.5 years old, and some of them are even older than that. But I've just reached the point now where I don't like to go around wearing these handbags because of the massive, unavoidable logos and brand names on them. I don't want to walk around as if I am promoting that brand, because it doesn't align with my values anymore. And back when I used to not even know about any of this and I used to want to shop designer, I used to feel great walking around with a Michael Kors bag, and now I feel terrible walking around with a Michael Kors bag. So I haven't really sorted out my game plan, because I don't want to obviously just throw them out, because as I've said, the damage has been done. So I will probably sell them. They are pretty well worn, so they're not in the best condition, so I probably wouldn't sell them for a lot. But if it meant someone else took them on who doesn't care so much about the things I do, or they see it as they are giving a second life to an item, so it's then they're buying secondhand, so that's in its own way more sustainable, then I think I would rather do that. So I will probably just end up selling them all, and so I will have a new bag for Christmas that I love, and I know I will feel much better about using. It is much smaller. I have definitely downsized, and so that's going to be a challenge in itself, really minimizing what's in my bag, but that's something I have needed to do because I still just carry too much stuff around with me and I hate it. I get like shoulder and backache carrying my bag. So I do want to continue to minimize. I have done a video where I minimized my bag once already, but it still feels like too much. So that'll be a video in the new year where I do a what's in my bag teeny tiny edition. The second thing on my Christmas wish list, again very practical, is a camera bag. I've had my Canon M50 for about 1.5 years now and I've never owned a camera bag for it, and a lot of my family members have sort of gotten used to the fact that I kind of come around with a camera, and not so much for filming but for taking photos. And so they always ask me to bring my camera along to family sort of gatherings and things to take photos of everyone together. Even the tripod seems to come with me wherever we go now. We can't even sort of go out for a family meal without it coming. But I was very aware that I was just taking my camera and it was just getting dumped on tables and stuff, and I was terrified that someone would spill a drink on it or it'd get damaged. And so I've reached the point where my camera anxiety can't cope anymore. So I have also asked for a camera bag to look after my camera, and I can keep like my microphone and batteries and chargers and things in there too, which will be lovely. And that is something my parents are going to be getting for me. Like, I'm not kidding when I say no surprises. Like, I know literally what my husband's got me, what my parents have got me. My grandparents have got me a pair of slippers because I wanted some new slippers, and a pair of gloves because I need a new pair of gloves. I don't even know if I own a pair of gloves anymore, but I've not found them to take them out this winter, so I've been doing without gloves. So my grandparents are getting me slippers and a pair of gloves. My sister is getting me a ring. I've been really into sort of my jewellery lately and I've really been enjoying that, and I have a ring that I'm not actually wearing it now, but most of the time I wear on this finger, and I would just like another one to go on this finger to kind of balance that. And that's sort of less of a practical gift, more of a treat for me, but I'm excited about that. So that's one of like my little fun ones. And then my mother-in-law asked me what I wanted, and so I just asked her to get me some perfume, and I was really struggling. You know, I tootled on down to Boots to have a smell of all the perfumes to see what they were doing, and whilst I was there I had the cruelty-free kitty website up. If you haven't heard of that before, it's just the one I go to all the time to check more for cosmetics brands, but it can also help with, you know, perfumes and fragrances and things like that. And of all of the ones in Boots, I can't remember if there was any more, but the only one that I can actually remember in my head that came back as being, you know, eco-friendly, cruelty-free and all that good stuff was Marc Jacobs. So I've just asked her to get me any Marc Jacobs perfume because I don't very often buy my own perfume. It's usually something I get gifted and then will last me for a time. So that'll be something I will definitely use up. I don't really mind which one she gets because I smell all of the Marc Jacobs ones when I worked out that it was cruelty-free and I liked them all. So I just said any, and then that sort of gives her the flexibility in terms of the price point, whether she goes for a smaller bottle or a cheaper bottle or a larger one or a more expensive one. You know, it's entirely her call. And that is pretty much it in terms of the people in my life that get me presents at Christmas. It's my husband, my parents, my sister, my mother-in-law, and my grandparents. I'm doing a Secret Santa with my main group of friends, and that will be a surprise, but they are always pretty good at knowing what I will like. I have another friend who, she's really big on sort of shopping secondhand, and so I know she will get me something sort of along that line, and she knows that it kind of works with what I'm into and sticking with my values. She is very good, but she is also the same. She's very much into the sustainability, eco-friendly and all of that sort of stuff. And so for us, that's like something that we do. I know some people would not be comfortable necessarily with secondhand gifting. It's kind of our thing, what we do. So that's all really good. And then other people that will buy me gifts will be like aunties, uncles, maybe. Some of them do, some of them don't, and it's always in the form of sort of boxes of biscuits or chocolates, stuff that will be eaten and used up. So in terms of the amount of stuff that's going to be coming our way for Christmas, I am feeling super duper positive about it because for the most part, I know what presents I'm getting for Christmas. They are all things I've chosen, all things I know I will love and use, and then a few other bits that are going to be things that we use up and they're not going to be sticking around for a while. I really think my family and friends are really getting on board with my whole sort of minimalistic approach to things, because I do notice now they do just ask me, what do you want, and I will get you that. And my mum, she even says, I'm not gonna surprise you because I don't want you to end up just decluttering it and throwing it away. And that's perfect, because whilst I've said it before, I appreciate any gift anyone gives me, because even if it's not something I personally really want, you've got to remember they have taken time out of their lives to choose it and go and get it. They have spent their hard-earned money getting it for you. So you've got to be appreciative of that. But it's like I'm even more appreciative of my family from the perspective of they want to buy me a gift and they're going to do all of that anyway, but they're also considering how I choose to live and how I don't want lots of stuff sending my way. Just ask me and I will let you know. So they are just amazing and fantastic. So that's it. I feel like that's quite a short list. Let me know down in the comments what is on your Christmas wish list, if anything. Some of you last year said that you weren't asking for anything for Christmas and you didn't want anything, and that is brilliant if that works for you. I like to see Christmas as a little bit of an opportunity to have a bit of a treat, especially considering I go most of the year without buying too much stuff. I'm quite sensible, and you know, I have been doing my no buy / low buy for the last 2 years, so it is a nice opportunity for me, I feel, to have a little bit of a treat. That's all for this video. I will see you again tomorrow. Until then, take care. Bye.